It's a tribute to men that hate their job. From Musterxmedia, Series 3, Episode 18. The end. It come to it. Today was my final day in the job that I loathe, the job that I love to hate, the job that makes me into a person that I really do not like to be. All because I've had to stand on a fucking door, dealing with the scum and shit of an entire town of fat, useless, lazy, slobby bastard cunts. A town of imbeciles that turn up thinking that they're the dog's bollocks when in fact they are just a load of bollocks. No more do I have to deal with these pieces of shit. Never again. And that is what kept me going through my last 8 hours. I started the shift with a bounce in my step, knowing full well that I was completely done with this place. I knew I was going back to what was my profession. That's starting up once again in a matter of days. So I get a little bit of time off after working this shit job, and I can start my profession once more. And the shift was going amazing. I was saying to the regulars, yeah, not my last day. Yeah, it's my last day. And I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. And one guy said, what do you mean by that? And this lad, he's in every day, but he's not a menace. No, he isn't. He's a good lad. And I just turned around to him and said, well, from now on, I don't have to pretend to be nice to people that I think are absolute cunts. And he smiled. Wow, that's amazing. I know, it's a great feeling knowing full well that I don't have to be nice to anyone ever again. And he looked at me. What do you mean by that? Well, I said, in my profession, once I've had dealings with a few people, I have to just sit in my control room and do the show. And no one gets in my way. No one pisses me off. And if someone does piss me off, I just tell them that they're a piece of shit, because at the end of the day I'm still going to get employed, and I don't have to deal with customer services because it's not my problem. My problem is to make sure the show works. And he looked at me. That's the kind of stuff that I want to do. Well, the only way you can do that is to not work in a shit job like this. A few hours had passed since my charming conversation with that young lad. And this prick, you could tell he's going to be a prick. He barrels through without a mask or a t-shirt on. Hold up, mate, can you stop there for a second? What? What's the problem? Well, first of all, you're not wearing a mask. And secondly, you need to have a t-shirt on. Well, you can't fucking make me do that. Really? I said. Well, you can leave. You ain't fucking happening. Really? Well, how about you stop being a fucking dickhead, I said. He looked at me like, did I just dare say that to him? What'd you just call me? I called you a fucking dickhead, mate. You can't be saying that. Well, I just did, mate. You can't say that. I'm like, well, I just did. I called you a dickhead because you're a dickhead, mate. You know what? Do whatever the fuck you want, you prick. Oh, you can't say that. Oh, what are you getting in my face for? I'm like, you're getting in my face, mate. You're getting in my face. And he started moving his neck aggressively towards me, as though his parents taught him how to stand. Elocution lessons from a fucking chicken. What's that, mate? Well, you should be scared of me. Well, I'm not fucking scared, mate. I'm not fucking scared of a piece of shit like you. He looked at me, he didn't know what to say. I mean, this piece of shit had both his earlobes pierced and had tunnels put in. He had both his fucking nipples pierced like a little... I don't even want to say the word, because it's not fair on those people. It's not fair on those people to be compared to that piece of shit. Okay? It's not. It's not. He had tattoos everywhere. Tattoos of hands everywhere on him. And he had a little black tear in the corner of his eye tattooed. Who have you killed, mate? What? Who you killed? What do you mean by that? Well, you got a black tear tattooed to your eye, so you've killed someone and got to prison for it. Who the fuck you killed? I ain't killed no one. So then you're a fucking liar, mate, I said. What? You can't be calling me that. I just did. And what? What are you gonna do? I'm gonna bang you up. Oh, I'm so fucking scared. Please don't be scaring me, I said, in the same sarcastic tone. I'm so fucking scared of a piece of shit like you. And at this point, the manager come out. Can you go in the office? Yeah, I'll go in the office. And yet again, this guy tried to make me flinch. And I'm like, see what that piece of shit done? He actually thinks he's scary. He looks like a spastic. And the whole restaurant laughed at this point. Yeah, okay, I'll go in the office. Well, you're going to get told off now, aren't you? Said the guy. Nah, it's my last day, mate. I might just go home. And then I'll wait for you outside. What? Oh, don't worry about that, mate. I'm just going to go in the office, get told to leave, and I'll meet you outside, and I'll kick the fuck out of you. What? Are you fucking stupid? You heard me. You keep saying what? What, like you don't understand what's going to happen when I leave this building after you? Or that you're stupid? Or that you're a fucking coward? With the teardrop on your eye that makes that people think that you're a killer and you're not. Probably killed your fucking own dick from wanking all the time, maybe. Probably got fucked by your dad, who knows? Maybe you enjoyed getting fucked by your dad. And he just looked at me, and the manager's trying not to laugh. Same with the assistant manager, trying not to laugh. Same with all the counter staff, trying not to laugh. And the delivery drivers trying not to laugh. I know it's my last day, I said pretty loud. I know it's my last day. And you can keep me on if you want for the last few hours. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah, it's only a couple of hours pay left. But wouldn't you enjoy me just beating the shit out of him on my last day? Because then it'll send a message to everyone, to all these pieces of shit that come into the building, thinking that they're God's gift, like they're fucking invincible. And then I'll just snap this piece of shit like that. Be amazing, wouldn't it? Come on, just come in the office, he said. Okay, no worries, I'll come in the office. Right, we just need you to wait here until he goes. Why? Why, I said. Because we feel like you're going to beat him up and you'll be crying to the police. And then we have to deal with all the paperwork. You know what, I said, okay, I'll stay in here until he goes, because, you know, no one should have to do any extra work that they're not paid to do, you know. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'll leave it. But if he fucking comes up to me when I'm back on that door, that's his problem. And I'm not going to give him a second chance. You know, and, you know, I'm not going to have it. If he decides to bring himself back towards me later on that evening, before I finish, I am going to beat him up. I really feel like I should beat him up. And I think everyone else here thinks I should beat him up, including yourself. I'm not going to comment on that. Don't worry, that's not a problem. You don't have to comment on that. Just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. Anyways, the lad was gone in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes after I've been eyeballing him. I was completely eyeballing him on the computer screen, looking down the CCTV feed, just fucking laying into him, hoping that he could hear me from round the corner, which he might not have. or he might have, I don't know. But I think personally he didn't expect a reaction like that. What else can I say? The cunt had gone, and there was nothing I can do to make the situation a little bit better or worse, depending on how I felt. The rest of the day just went uneventful. Nothing really happened. You had all the drivers say, thanking me, shaking my hand for being good to them and not being a dick. You had other members of staff thanking me for helping them out, advice-wise and stuff like that. Advising them on how to get out of a shit job. They're all kids, and all I tell them is you owe yourself a future, and that's what I'm telling you who's listening. Everyone owes himself a future. No one else owes them anything, but you owe yourself a future. Whether it's a better job than what you're doing right now, whether you're just upgrading from a shit job to a better job, yeah? There's no point in staying in a job that you hate, that you have grown to hate, because it'll only make you miserable. And especially if you're on the national minimum wage. What's the point? What's the point in just existing? Those jobs are there for students, so they can pay whilst they're studying. They're not designed for long-termers. People working 10, 20 years in the same fucking restaurant. It's not designed for that. It's not. Unless you're going to go up to be management and senior management of that, it's only designed for short-term employment. So why stay there for a long time? Why stay there indefinitely? So anyone that's listening to this, you have the ability to do better. You just need the want to do better. You need the drive to do better. So do it. And thank you for listening. And I hope this story has inspired people to stay out of shit jobs, or to leave their shit job. Do something good with your life. You can. Everyone's got the ability to do it.